user, right? Whether that's remote or in the office, doesn't really matter that much. That user is going online, because that's the path to the right. Want to go to my SaaS applications, I want to go just browse the web. Basically what happens, we install an agent on the machine. Now this machine is creating a secure tunnel, literally, encrypted end to end from here to the cloud in the middle there. And that's where we add all kinds of security capabilities. You get a whole lot of it with this. There's complete privacy from your ISP. A lot of people don't think about this. Now, because everything is encrypted from my machine up to the cloud, the ISP doesn't see what IP addresses you're doing DNS only. They don't see anything, right? So you then get into the cloud, and now we can do all these different security capabilities. A secure web gateway, which is basically URL filtering. Right? You can say, hey, this user can't go to IT websites, they can go to sports websites, but they can't go to social media, for example. Or they can only go to social media at certain times of the day. So you can get very granular in these kinds of policies. But by default, it will protect you from malicious websites. So sites that host malware, right, you wouldn't let you go to them because we know those are bad. You will block that right away, so there's less of a chance of someone downloading malware onto their machines. So we're basically securing all of their internet activities, if you want, through these different capabilities there, with even a little bit of data loss prevention. So that's the secure internet access. Now, we'll give you some more materials also on how we position this next to our EDR, because that makes sure that your internet connections are secure. There's still ways that a threat can get into the machine, right? Like USBs or however other ways of malware getting on there. You still want to make sure you have an EDR as well, but we can talk about that more. So, secure internet access. On the left-hand side, you have secure private access. So if you have data centers you're operating, or any on-prem resources that you're hosting yourself or for your customers, or even cloud, if you have cloud deployments where you have like IaaS or PaaS environments, like you have instances running in the cloud that you want to protect. What you can do now is, instead of using VPNs, that generally has been done so far, you can use this capability where it basically creates a zero trust access or zero trust access control to these different private resources. And what that allows you to do is very granularly, you can decide what are the connections you want to allow, who do you want to have to go to what resources, and it also takes things into account like what's the posture of the endpoint? Is it actually patched and has the latest OS version on it or not? And you can say, well, if you want to really go to the financial information, you have to have a patched machine, because otherwise it's more likely that it's compromised and maybe someone illicit is going to try to access data. So that's the secure private access that you get. It's the same agent that you can use for both of these cases. It's the same management interface where you can define all these different policies to access these resources. We have a session a little later today where we talk a little more about SASE, but I will take a quick question.